that time. Oh, and we got a call up ready. Let's get that. Air with Tony. Let's talk. It's my buddy.
Yes, it is.
Why, darling?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah, we just into it, darling. Irresponsible.
Responsibility. Girls don't even know responsibility. That doesn't make sense.
I know it. I know it. Easy, right?
It is, and it's changed. And I just told somebody the other day who asked me if I was happy if they were having a baby. I told them it was the wrong time because they don't have not a pot to piss in or one without a other baby a bad guy. I'm not supposed to be happy every day. I'm dragging with a post. I feel bad for the baby.
Yes, I can understand that. That is irresponsible. I mean, I don't understand how it happens like that. Like, seriously. It starts at home. It's like, at some point, the children must be taught. If not, then they're going to be irresponsible as fuck.
Exactly.
Man, it's crazy. And with the way the world is, it's getting worse. So this has to be taught, I mean, from a very young age because the world is so corrupt and it's not getting any better. Hope is that it will. But, well, let's be honest, it's a lot of bullshit. I mean, what is it going to
It
take?
is. And some of the times you mentioned how the world is getting bad, it's getting even worse because some of these girls, they are also taking advantage of and just as they kind of you. You and I talked the other day about the difference between a little girl and a grown woman. But,
Right.
some of these people are taking advantage of the government. And people who really need assistance can't get it because they've made the system so corrupt. It's a shame. They and they said somebody else is supposed to take care of. Bitch, I wasn't in the bed with you.
Right.
Why in the hell do I have to pay for you?
Right. My point actually, it seems to be that is what they're being either taught or shown, which I mean they're one and the same, but it seems as though they don't any different. It's have sex. That'll be I'll get child support. I'll get the government daddy will take care of me. I'm not going to do anything. I just tell them who it is. If I don't know who it is, I'm just going to put somebody out there. Somebody going to do it. Somebody going to take care of it.
Oh, hold on a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I got a very important call. All right, sis, cover the show. I'll be right back.
All right. But it seems to be that, like I say, it's not being taught. Whether it's shown, whether it's the example, whether they don't have anyone to teach them, or whether they have somebody, but they're irresponsible themselves, so they're incapable of learning, and if they're depending on friends, that's even worse. I mean, and just looking at the fact of, if we look at how many billions of people there are in the world, and if half of that billion are having children, multiple children, but are not teaching them how to be responsible, then we're going to have a society full of irresponsible children who grow up to be irresponsible adults. I mean, the line has to be drawn somewhere. And I was saying the other day how back in the day, it was so strict that you even had to take a blood test to even get married. So looking at the situation today, shouldn't it be something in place that would stop all excess baby having without the knowledge of how to care for themselves so that when they do have children, they can take care of them as well and teach them the proper ways of how to be a responsible citizen? Because the taxpayers are having to pick up the slack. Because, I mean, government daddy, I guess everyone calls it government daddy because that's also the way it is. They're taking up the so-called slack of the situation, but it's almost as if they're even enabling these women. So where are they learning? I mean, where are they learning from? I mean, out of all the parents and classes that are out there that are free, no less, that are not being utilized. I mean, the classes are there. I took the class. They tell me, no, you can take the class. Well, I enjoyed taking the class. You need class. Well, the new might come out that's going to talk besides the common sense I have on it or what I taught. Because as we all know, things change. The times are changing, and adjust to what is happening, what's going on, what they're discovering. Because to be honest, the world is not really that old. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. The world is really not that old. So a lot of things being discovered today and will be discovered after I'm gone or you're gone. So it boils down to it, responsibility. Whose responsibility is it to teach the children to be responsible so they can grow to be responsible? It's the care. But if the caregivers and the guardians are not doing it, the responsibility of falling on us. It can be teachers. Exactly. They're already at their end with what they have to handle. The police, no, hell, they're overwhelmed. They're not paid enough, and they don't have type of training. I mean, the teachers not only you can't expect a therapist. I mean, socially for guardians, foster parents. I mean, all that. I mean, it's just senseless. I mean, think about this, honey, and it's ridiculous.
I think that a lot of parents are either stupid or they're afraid of children. I walked around about one of the boys, my family. I get his thing. I heard him clearly say, "I don't have to do shit, bitch," and I was like, "What the hell did he do?"
Oh hell
and
no!
And there was a little girl, and she looked like, and she called the little boy a pussy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all don't have no. What is that teaching y'all? I know it was the other day, and it was how she operates. Her kids don't go to school. They ain't homeschooled because you can look at her and tell she ain't got no computer literacy at all.
Oh, that's sad.
Her kids on her rabbit every single day, and it's like you just want to learn, for the setup. That's just for where we is. Has cussed in front of adults before, and I think that that's a big deal to me because when I was growing up, if you just shoot, somebody was gonna backhand the shit out of you and let them know. And we knew, my mom said she was gonna backhand the hell out of you, and that was the shit. Right. Because most parents don't take responsibility for what their kids do. Like I said, it's either the fact that they scared of their kids or they just don't give a damn. But you let them friends.
Or his friends. I'm damn perfect. I'm bullying because most don't give it like that. I mean, we're not all that. They're listening. They're doing that. If you want to go hang with your friends, go ahead. Because I know you're not going to get it because you don't want to come back and have to deal with me. But if we had more parents like that, it would help. But like I said before, when you have generations of irresponsible guiding and raising and, like my granny would say, rearing, you're going to end up with a house of monsters, to be honest about it. And they're going to unleash them on the world. For the work that you do. Oh no, I'm not doing it. Because I'm gonna tell a kid about themselves, and then I'll tell you about it because of the reason that they're acting that way, and it doesn't make sense. I mean, I've seen too often the kids following Walmart. Oh my God, it drives me crazy to go to Walmart. Like it really does because you see it all in Walmart. The kid, I want a ball. No, you have a ball. So they're gonna not all in these jobs much harder. And you're going to sit there and try to bargain with them? Oh, well, you know what? We're not going to get this right now, but we're going to get something else. No, it shouldn't be. Then, because, okay, he was a boy. He was maybe 8. Oh, what's going to happen when he hit 14? He's going to raise on you. He's not going to be afraid of police. Yeah. He's going to have attitudes with everybody. Like, nobody can tell him nothing. And that's dangerous. It's bad enough that these kids are even souls like it. It's not enough agencies to be able to handle the multitudes of kids. I'm just trying to understand what the fuck do they expect some years from now? be able to depend on their shit. But what happens when they're irresponsible? Doesn't take you. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, because you didn't teach them how. You didn't teach them responsibility. You didn't teach them the core values of the difference between right and or it'll hurt or become. It all comes with responsibility. And one of these days, your parents become your responsibility.
Right.
I was watching Hoarders today, and the stylist, and she be an interior decorator, and she loved all stuff, and she didn't want to get rid of everything she had. She had a mansion actually, so a lot of stuff in there that she had to give out. I had a joke with my daughter, and I said, when I get her age, and I can barely move around, God damn it, you saw her spectacles, her frames to her glasses, how they match her blouse underneath her blazer. Like, she is stylish. I said, when I'm old and I can't get around like I want to, you better make sure your nieces and nephews, my grandkids, my great-grandkids, you make sure that's me appropriate, David. I want to be that stylish. And I don't remember staying on it and in my closet. But it was just a joke. But along the way, when you get your parent and your parent get you, and it's a partnership, that means you still have to discipline them, which is part of that partnership. And you teach them the core values of being a decent human being, not a upstanding citizen, but just at least a decent human being. Your responsibility is taking care of. Just feeding them, clothing them, make sure they get exercise by going outside. That's not enough.
No, it's not.
And people just check out at the bare minimum. I fed them, they got on these clothes, they got a head, that's it. Like, feel bad if you won't, because of it. Okay, well, you must be one of the lazy motherfuckers that don't want to do shit with your kids. You just can't check out just right there.
Because the sad part is, when those parents check out on the kids in turn, when it comes time for them to take care of the parent, oh no, you didn't do shit for me, so fuck you want from me. Shit, you were doing your thing. You didn't make sure we had groceries. You didn't make sure we had lights. You were living your life. You didn't give a damn about us. Then what? The cycle continues.
Right.
I mean, you have that learn from their parents' mistakes. So when they do have their own children, they know, okay, well, I'm not going to be like my mom was or my dad was with me. I'm going to be better with my kids. And there are some who actually break that cycle, but for the most part, that cycle goes unbroken. And it's really shameful to be a parent and see that. It's like, I'm not ashamed for me. I'm ashamed for them. And it's like, damn, why does it even have to be that way? I'm ashamed of you, and you don't even give a damn.
Right.
And then one of their kids come in, before their time, especially the girls, pregnant, drinking, drugs, alcohol. I mean, everything. Everything under the sun. Clubbing before, it's time and everything. Well, you know why they're doing it? Because you were irresponsible in teaching them. Not only that, they were watching you, and all you did was party. So, yeah, when and where were they supposed to learn? And trying to tell them, oh, you're not coming up at my house late. Oh, you're not going to bring these dudes to my house. And they're looking at them like, well, yeah, that's all you did. Well, what am I supposed to do? You, but not for me. And then they're bumping heads. And then there goes family dynamics. And it's sad. It's really sad. You got to get her. Because, I mean, and you know what? If somebody's going to get pissed off at me, and I don't even care, because me being who I'm going to tell the damn truth. When it comes to outside... Huh?
Go ahead and make your point, and I'm going to go. You talk to my first, and then me.
Okay. All right. Okay, so... stepping outside of family, of irresponsibility, looking at where our society is, looking at the president that we have, it trickles down from there as well. Because we have a president that's irresponsible as fuck. And so with everything else outside of the house falling apart from irresponsibility, and then we have what's going on in homes. Some of the homes, I'm not going to say all, but some. Irresponsibility is just, it's on an amazing scale. All right, ahead, girl.
You know what I really know? I hate a black man that bashes his woman. Single black children, your mama, black mother. You know why? Black women are always implemented. I'm giving you this excuse by any means. Sometimes two-part jobs being on a hell of a lot of government assistance, and sometimes it's still not a fucking enough. But turn around and be ridiculed by a man who's supposed to be your king.
Right.
When you don't know what the fuck she do, just because your baby sings and your mama hear her baby. What does you do to ridicule this she's trying to make?
Right.
You make it work. You add to her temple. And when kids see you're supposed to treat women like this, they will see you.
Right.
So I need white men who cannot conflict black queen down and shit. What they call the husband.
Right. I mean,
the fucking problem.
Right. You're right about it. And it's almost like it goes both ways, because not only do you have men doing it to women, you even nowadays have women bashing the men, the very men they won't let see the children, who, because he's moved on, but he's still willing to take care of the kids. They're bashing them, calling them deadbeat dads and this, that, and the other. And then they're like, well, what the fuck do you expect for me to do? Because you didn't act right with me. You didn't cooperate. And it's like it's an unbroken cycle both ways. And it's like, it's a shame, because they make it harder for the good people out there who are trying to do things right, who are trying to be a civil citizen and exist in the world with them, be with them, care for them, love them, and try to teach the kids with them. And it's like the world is almost torn into a million pieces almost. It's almost like a competition to beat down single moms, a competition to beat down even single dads. And the single dads don't even get any recognition. Because I know my dad was a single dad. He didn't get any recognition. It was times as a child I saw where people bashed him for being a single father. And I'm like, how the hell are you going to do that when he's taking care of me? He's doing his duty. So you can't be that way. You don't understand what the situation was, so don't bash. But they did it anyway. And then you have the people who sit back and they're like, well, it just don't seem right for a man to be raised order by himself. Well, he had to do what he had to do. Give him kudos for that. Just like the single women.
But I don't think y'all like, I don't see how father can raise a daughter on his own. Okay, that's what the fuck her mama was.
Right.
I cannot stand judgmental people. You judge them by cover, but you don't ask the necessary questions. You just leap the edge.
Right.
Fucking assumption.
They never do. They never do. They never do. It's just off judgment without trying to dig a little deeper. And it's not even they want to help. It's just because they want to have something to say. And it's like, that's tearing apart the families now. Yeah. Families, they're extinct, to be honest about it. And it's getting worse. Yeah. We need families back. We need queens to be queens. We need the kings to be kings and be responsible. Because two people lay down, not just one. No, they don't. You're right. You are so right. They don't. They don't. And people look at it as a bad thing to try to go get educated or to take classes on everything or to do marriage counseling or even just plain couple counseling. Oh, I'm not going to talk to no shrink. They're a quack. They just want my money. That's an evil way of viewing life. You don't want better your family. You don't want better yourself. You don't want to be the pillars of the children. I understand it. That's very irresponsible. Right. It just doesn't make sense. I really wish, this is what I wish. I wish a lot of baby mamas would actually sit down and have a conversation, not a match, but a conversation. I mean, to actually communicate effectively and use effective listening skills instead of the shouting matches and talk. Actually have some closure, and a lot of that would, because then they'll finally understand, oh shit, I did that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that to you. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I was just hurt because, you know what I'm saying? I won't do that anymore because this isn't helpful or healthy for children. Whether we get together or not, we can effectively co-parent without hate. We're not going to bash each other. We're not going to take from each other. what we're going to do is come together and give to our seeds. Let them know they do have a foundation and we're responsible so they can grow up responsible. But I don't know if that's too much like right or not.
Right. But hurt people hurt people. And the hurt starts in the home.
Right.
And I'm not speaking for when I speak about me, but mine started in the home. Like, the day that I was born, and legend has it that my dad said he was going to the vending machine, and he didn't come back for a while. Not until I was a couple months old. But I remember being 5 years old and having to walk my daddy to the bus stop, and I never saw him again. He called a few times before his passing, but that was it. So,
I'm sorry.
You know, oh, please don't apologize. That's a whole other can of worms for a whole other. I grew up thinking that good men leave, and it must be because of the woman. And that's because I was a child and I didn't know any better. Right. Until I got older, started digging into it. Some people are caught up in their own hurt. They're not going to deserve what they see. And for a while, I felt that good men leave. But why do the men? So after I had kids, and I was able to marry to their father, I did everything as a son possible to find him, because to me, my definition of a good man was what I saw in my father, which is a man that goes to work every single day, doesn't miss a beat, don't miss a step, pay all the bills, keep y'all afloat, you know, and then one day he's going to leave. That good man leaving, I did everything under the sun. Even as an adult, aware, everybody got a fucking choice. And right. If somebody's choice, they would stay in a situation. I was responsible enough to be a mother, a good, you know, lawful spouse, and all of that. But in the back of my mind, I still knew, like I know, he's gonna leave. Even after all the bullshit and, you know, adultery and all of that, somehow I viewed him as a man, and he's still gonna leave. But it starts at home, because my mama didn't sit down and say, okay, well, this is how a man is supposed to treat you.
Right.
This is how you're supposed to be yourself as a lady.
Right.
I had to and watch that stuff. So I said everything starts at home.
It does.
We have the largest responsibility to be the first teachers. Period. Right. You have a responsibility not just to your children, but other children or other people who we have a responsibility to be teachers. And nowadays, ain't nobody trying to teach, and rather have their own assumptions and, you know, prejudgment, and they stick to that shit.
They do.
Where are all the responsible people? Were y'all broken at home?
It's almost like everyone, like you said before, and we did talk about this on another show, there is so much hurt that people have not dealt with. And throughout the years, they've been holding it, and it's been festering and festering and festering. Now, what it turns into for each person is so different. Some people, they're angry time. Some people, they get into that I don't give a fuck mode. Whatever happens is whatever happens. Some people go, you know what? It was fucked up for me. I'm not going to try to help nobody do shit. And that's not a good way to take it. And there's a lot of people out there who need therapy. It's a lot of people who therapy is just here talking to a true friend or a sibling or as I like, brother. I mean, they need somebody to talk to, even if it's not a professional, but it has to be somebody who really loves them and who has their best, you know, interest in mind. Somebody who's not going to, you know, run with it and spread it and use it against them, but to be able to help them get closure. Because closure is what a lot of people need to be able to start healing, and then they'll be able to actually open up and talk. And people will start to see there's a lot more going on with the people that they think they know. They'll find out that irresponsibility runs deep and does at home. But they got to be able to, you know, get over that hurt in order to be better and do better. Then the responsibility will kick in. But when they don't, then that's a huge problem. And I encourage everybody that's listening, if you're hurt, if you have unanswered questions, if you just need that person to hug and hold you, make it better. don't hesitate. Do that. Speak to someone that you really trust. Or if you're the kind who's willing to get therapy, go get therapy. Because, I mean, at the end of everything, what you're left with is what you're left with. Whether you take the responsibility or not to take care of your wounds, because you can't just keep putting a band-aid on them. Putting a band-aid on it and not getting the wound treated it's not going to heal. It's just going to get infected. It's going to spread not only to you, but your child, or any relationship you get in, whether it's a partner, a life relationship, a marriage, a friendship. I've even seen it spill over on jobs, in church, I mean, everywhere. It comes to a boiling point, and once it's boiling, it's going to blow over. And a lot of bad situations come from that. So I really implore everyone that is listening, if you need help, please don't hesitate to get it. What do you say about that? Like, really?
I completely agree.
Yeah. I mean, I go to therapy myself. I'll admit it. I do. And it helps.
It's a big epidemic, and I don't think that people understand where it comes from. And I think that a lot of people get swept under the rug because we've got on the show before a lot of generational curses and a lot of different men that are taken from the heads of the family that we see. Anybody that needs help, that hug, or needs someone to use text word connect. Text word connect to 741. I'm going to say text word connect to 741. It is a anti-depression and suicide crisis line. So they need to go on and feel like you're one of those, broken people that we talked about. Text connect to 741. For you as soon as possible. Trust me, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing.
And reach out for help. There are also groups. I'm one. I go in to spread a lot of light and laughs and jokes and hugs. It's called Anxiety Awareness. You can look it up on Facebook. You might even have groups in your area where you are. And feel free to join the group. Some of them will require you to answer questions before they allow you in the group. Just to kind of see where your mental state is. But no matter what mental state is, they will allow you in the group and they will give you referrals to counselors or meet spots or, with people that will throw some sunshine at you. A lot of situations, some people somebody else's office. I've had somebody in a group tell me one time, I don't know what it feels like to be 11 and hungry and you don't know how to
Yeah.
Sure, because
right.
Like you talking to the right person. My mama didn't know everything from the time I was 9 to the time I went to college. So you the right person. I feel you what you've been through. Trust me.
Right. You never know. It's best to ask. It's best to, to say, hey, talk to you, have a minute of your time, because you never know when. And that's the thing. A lot of people look at like, oh, nobody else's situation could be worse than mine. That's the biggest misconception in the world. You never know what the next person is going through and how bad it is for them or how bad it has been for them. Close mouths do not get fed. Because I didn't. I actually, as a small child, I had no memory of my mama. It was like I had to meet her. That was hard on me, but that's what, my cards were. So, I mean, don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid of somebody making fun of you. None of that matters. Your health. And it's just not, when people say, take care of your health, they're not just talking about the outer physical or the inner physical. They're talking about the mind, the heart, and the body. It all works as one. Because what people don't realize is all of those things that have been going on with them can manifest themselves physically into problems. And we want to obey. We want people to be as healthy as possible, to live a happy and healthy lifestyle. And part of that is taking care of the mental, the emotional, and the physical. I mean, and I will say this though. For me, I'm not sure how many other people will hear this and understand or feel this, but hopefully it helps somebody. I meditate. I even have one of my other shows, that's what it is. It's meditation. It's sound meditation. And you'd be surprised how much it can actually help. It can settle those racing thoughts, or, I mean, the consistent sadness, or whatever the case may be. There's always some help out there if you just reach out for it. And if you don't, just to be honest about it, that's being irresponsible, because nobody's going to take care of you better than you. And we have to all take care of ourselves so we can take care of those who do depend on us. Because you can't take care of anyone else if you can't take care of yourself. And Sonny, I thank you for saying, giving that information to listeners, because people need it. And that's what On One Radio is about. It's not just about to bust any heads, but it break through the walls to get truth out there. It may hurt for a moment, but begin to heal. And that's why, if anyone out there wants to talk to me, they can call me at 337-513-4478. You can email TonyOnOneSpree@gmail.com, OnOneRadioTalk@gmail.com, or if you're on Skype, my name is Tony on One to chat. I'm here. I'm here for the talk. For those who, need to get something off their chest, realize how much talking things can actually help. It can help. I mean,
really will.
Yeah, because
And when we talk about experience, this is the type of shit that people end up broken.
And then all these broken people are mixed in one pot together with all this brokenness, and no one knows how to navigate it. They don't really know what to do. They may not want to admit it, but it's true. Especially if you're one of those that were, basically you feel like you were thrown out there to wolves as a child or a teenager. Most of the things that you learned, you had to learn it on your own. Well, you know what? It's okay. It's all right. Because you can survive. You've proved that. We've all that. Sonny, I know you have, and you know I have. You can survive. You can make it. You find happiness. But happiness first is found within yourself. So we've got to heal these wounds. We have to deal with the hard topics in order to get to that point. Oh my goodness, we've done it again, Sonny. We're almost out of time, darling.
Mm-hmm. We always have to talk about with some points. So
yes. And I appreciate you as always for stopping by. You're welcome anytime. We're gonna have to get you to the co-host one day. How does that sound?
That's good. I've actually had offers to read in your show, and I need the time today to do that. I think people realize how much work we put into the show, honestly.
They don't.
Like, you make it sound easy. Have some topics sometimes don't want to talk about, but we still have to put, our emotions on the back and push through in case somebody's listening and they really need to hear something. Right. But it's all organized. Like, we have to write it out and take notes and
oh my God.
Check and then we go on there, but
yes, you are. Yes, you do. And I think it's worth it though, because it's helping someone. And that's the biggest reward. Nothing else comes out of it. The fact that someone is getting help, someone is getting some helpful advice, someone has a moment to breathe and relax and smile, that's worth it. That is so worth it. And like I said, thank you so much, Tony, for being on. And I'll have to get you two on the show because we got to get some of your authors on here so we can talk about this writing, girl. We're doing it big.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Probably. Everybody living in different time zones. It's kind of a question. Somebody asked me what's my definition of irresponsibility. So what we got, I point out a couple things. Irresponsibility to me, if you know that like your phone bill is $80, I'm saying a lot of people got Metro by T-Mobile and they had like the big $88 deal thing for like. If your phone bill is $88, but you decide I'm gonna go buy 200 pairs of shoes and let your phone get cut off, and now you're stupid. That's irresponsible.
If
you know that that's the school and your kids need at least 3 uniforms apiece and you got no turn. Oh, I need this